Uh, uh, Good afternoon. My name is John Mugabe. I'm Professor of Science and Innovation Policy at the Graduate School of Technology Management at the University of Pretoria in South Africa. I welcome you to this course on science, technology, and innovation for Africa's development, accelerating the implementation of CITESA 2024 in times of COVID-19. Let me briefly just give you some background and then introduce the course objectives and our approach in this course. You'll all agree with me that science, technology, and innovation are more critical today than 50 years ago. There is recognition, there is increasing awareness that without investments in science, technology, and innovation, the world will not be able to address many of the challenges that will not be able to address many of the societal challenges related to climate change, pandemics such as COVID-19, and many societal and economic problems that the world faces. This recognition is manifested in various ways in various processes. But more important for Africa, the United Nations Agenda 2030, and more specifically, the Sustainable Development Goals, clearly articulate that without science, technology, and innovation, will not be able to will not get out of poverty, will not be able to reduce poverty, will not be able to confront and address challenges of food and nutritional security, the huge disease burdens, environmental degradation, social exclusion, and many others. At the African continental level, we have the African Union's Agenda 2063, which explicitly recognizes that, in fact, it's through science, technology, and innovation that will be able to get Africa to be a prosperous and industrialized continent, where economies are growing, where growth leads to human development, and that science, technology, and innovation are critical for economic and social transformation of the African continent. So there is recognition at the United Nations level, at the African Union level, that science, technology, and innovation matter. To turn that recognition into concrete programs and practices, the African Union in 2014 adopted the Science, Technology, and Innovation Strategy for Africa, CITESA 2024, which is Africa's comprehensive science, technology, and innovation policy framework aimed at achieving the aspirations in Agenda 2063. The course that you will be participating in from now on over the next 5 weeks or so is aimed at building our understanding of what CITESA is all about, what are the priorities that CITESA focuses on, what are the ways and means of implementing this comprehensive STI policy framework, Africa's policy framework. Just briefly, the course has 6 interrelated modules. The first 2 are to introduce you to concept theories and definitions of science, technology, and innovation, what they are, how they are interrelated, and how they impact on or contribute to sustainable development. We'll introduce to you what policy is, the policy process, and why science, technology, and innovation policy matters. We'll do that in the first 2 modules. The last 4 modules are largely about the application of the concepts, applying those concepts of science, technology, and innovation, science, technology, and innovation policy into practice. We'll discuss how STI, science, technology, and innovation contribute to the attainment of sustainable development goals, how they are mainstreamed into the SDGs, into the African Union's Agenda 2063. We'll also have an opportunity to talk about different national experiences in designing and implementing STI policies, what works, what doesn't work. We'll focus in Module 5 more specifically on CITESA, the nature of this policy framework, its objectives, implementation strategy, priorities. We'll have an opportunity to talk about and share different cases or case studies on how well countries are implementing CITESA 2024, what are the challenges, what needs to be done. We'll then end the course modules by focusing more on how do we engage in effective domestication or implementation of CITESA 2024. What are the new ways and means of ensuring that, in fact, CITESA 2024 is not a wasted framework that countries get to put into concrete programs and projects. The course generally is aimed at raising participants' awareness of the different STI policy issues, building participants' knowledge and skills in policy analysis, getting some policy monitoring and evaluation, implementation, trying to draw lessons from other parts, experiences from other parts of the world on what kinds of science, technology, innovation policy frameworks and policy instruments work for development. So in short, that's what this course is all about. It's going to be very interactive. After the first 2 modules, we'll have a webinar session of about an hour and a half to 2 hours, where we'll get into interactive really discussions on the concepts, clarifying the concepts, making sure that we know how to apply the concepts in real life, in structuring real problems into innovation, into policy problems. Then we'll have another webinar session after Module 6, at which we'll discuss again how do we get into STI policy design, policy implementation in the African context, drawing lessons from the rest of the world. In each of the sessions, the webinar sessions, will get guest speakers to talk to specific issues, share experiences from different different backgrounds. You'll note that this course again is assessed in two aspects. One is that we'll assess participants' participation in the course. We'll test whether they've acquired any new knowledge and information. So we'll have for each module at least 20 multiple choice questions that participants will be expected to answer. We'll also ask participants to do a short policy analysis exercise, about 5,000 to 6,000 words, specifically on an STI policy issue pertaining to CITESA or to their own national context. At the end of the course, we'll have a test, a final test, and all this, the quiz or quizzes will be marked. Participants will be assessed, and at the end of the course, a certificate will be issued. So thank you, and I welcome you to the course. I'm going to be working with you over the next 5 weeks or so, directing this course. It's going to be really a learning process for all of us. Thank you very much.